You're watching the English news program on Somaliland National Television with me, Isaac Ahmed. These are the stories making local headlines. President of Somaliland, accompanied by senior delegation, met with top government officials of UAE government. Vice President of Somaliland attends graduation ceremony at Hope University. Britain's government investigating suspicious death of former Russian tycoon. The President of Somaliland, Ahmed Silanya, and the Somaliland presidential delegation landed in Dubai, United Arab Emirates, to meet the leadership that extended the official invitation and report on the progress of an agreement already in place that have developmental initiatives which include education, health, infrastructure, and economic cooperation.
President Ahmed Mohammed Mohamud was received by senior officials of the United Arab Emirates and will also discuss the development of water resources in the capital of Somaliland, Hargeisa. The Somaliland President also discussed the development of the road that connects the Togdheer regional capital Burco to the Sanaag regional capital Cerigabo, while also adding the state-of-the-art hospital that will be constructed in Somaliland from the UAE. President Ahmed Mohammed Mohamud, during the discussions with the Minister of the Presidency, Sheikh Mansour bin Said, discussed the start and support of technical academies to provide employment opportunities for the youth of Somaliland. Minister of the Presidency, Sheikh Mansour bin Said, added that he was delighted at President Ahmed Mohammed Mohamud's trip to the United Arab Emirates and promised to complete the developmental agenda put forward by the President and his delegation. Minister Sheikh Mansour bin Said concluded that the strategy to establish these technical academies and hospital must be analysed to see how they can be spread to cover the entire nation and cities.
Vice President of Somaliland, Abdurrahman Ismail Saila'i, participated in a graduation ceremony held at Hope University. The graduates receiving their master's degree also received keynote speeches from other senior government officials, including Minister of Youth, Sports and Tourism, Ali Saeed Regal. The President of Hope University, Najib Sheikh Abdi Karim, opened the graduation ceremony with initial remarks. He elaborated on the core objectives of Hope University as an educational institution focused on providing Somaliland with quality higher education from qualified education professionals. He also stated that these 10 graduates are the first of many to come in the near future, and prospective plans include expanding faculty choices into several other key areas of interest. Minister of Youth, Sports and Tourism, Ali Saeed Regal, commended the efforts of all those involved in the education sector. He emphasized the importance of education in any and every nation as a key catalyst of national progress. The minister issued stern words of encouragement to the graduation class to transfer their theoretical learning into practicality by fueling national development. Vice President of Somaliland, Abdurrahman Ismail Saila'i, congratulated the graduates and administration of Hope University for their collaborative efforts, while urging students play a more active role in strengthening their nation's emerging sectors. The Vice President, speaking on behalf of the government, pledged to work hand in hand with graduates of all universities in collectively ensuring Somaliland continues to progress and advance. Other keynote speakers included senior governmental and non-governmental officials, notable figures of Somaliland society, education advocates, and a number of other distinguished guests. Alpha University, an Ethiopian post-secondary educational institution with campuses in Somaliland, held this annual soccer tournament for students. With several faculties competing to take this year's cup, spectators from all over the city arrived at Dalinta Soccer Stadium. As faculties battled their way to prove their right to this year's Faculty Soccer Cup, the finals came down to the law and business faculties face-off in front of hundreds of students and city residents. The final score came down to a 3-2 win as the business administration faculty won the cup. This tournament has become the talk of universities within the nation, and it's proven to be an effective tool to unite students from various faculties under one common cause of good sportsmanship. You're tuned into the English news program on Somaliland National Television, the only Somali-speaking channel with an English news program. And now for our international headlines in detail. Experts in chemical, biological, radiological, and nuclear emergencies have been deployed to the British property where Russian exile Boris Berezovsky was found dead. Berezovsky, a Russian tycoon and former Kremlin insider who became one of President Vladimir Putin's fiercest critics, was found dead at his home near Ascot, a town near London, on Saturday afternoon. His lawyer said the 67-year-old had been depressed over his debts, and it was likely suicide, but police have cordoned off the mansion and surrounded streets as they investigate a death they are describing as unexplained. Berezovsky was friends with another Russian exile and Kremlin critic, Alexander Litvinenko, who died of radioactive poisoning in London in 2006. His widow blames the Russian state. Superintendent Stuart Greenfield said police were taking all necessary measures to ensure a full and thorough investigation can be carried out into Berezovsky's death. Talks with the European Union and International Monetary Fund at securing a bailout for Cyprus are at a very delicate stage and will continue in Brussels, the Cyprus government has said, describing the situation as very difficult.
The government said Nikos Anstantiadis, the Cyprus president, would travel to Brussels early on Sunday morning, with a Monday deadline looming to seal the bailout or see the island-stricken bank cut off from emergency funding. The island nation conceded on Saturday to a one-off levy on deposits more than 100,000 euros or 130,000 US dollars as it raced to satisfy European partners to secure the 10 billion euro bailout needed for the emergency loans by Monday's deadline. Michael Saris, the finance minister of Cyprus, reported significant progress in talks with the international leaders. His counterparts in Europe's 17-nation currency union scheduled talks in Brussels for Sunday to check that the numbers add up. The EU Economic Affairs Commissioner, Olli Rehn, said progress was being made towards a solution. A senior Cyprus official said that Cyprus agreed with the EU and IMF lenders on a 20% levy on 100,000 euros or more at number one lender, Bank of Cyprus, and 4% on deposits over the same level at others. Anstantiadis said that he's hopeful of reaching a resolution. Anstantiadis said he's hopeful of reaching a solution to avert a collapse and possible exit from the EU.
Brazilian authorities are seeking criminal charges against 16 people in connection with the nightclub fire that killed about 241 people in the southern city of Santa Maria earlier this year, police have said. Inspector Marcelo Aragani told a news conference on Friday that police are seeking murder charges against 9 people, including the nightclub's 2 owners, 3 of their partners, and 3 band members performing at the club.
Aragoni said that the mayor and the fire chief of Santa Maria could also be held responsible for the accident because of negligent safety inspections of the nightclub. He said that because Mayor Cesar Shermaner is an elected official, the police cannot file charges against him, and only Rio Grande do Sul State Supreme Court and the city's legislature can determine if he is charged. Only a military court can charge the fire chief because the department is under the control of the police, which is part of the military. The fire engulfed the crowded, windowless Kiss nightclub in Santa Maria on January 27th, filling the air with flames and thick, toxic smoke. Aragoni said the band performing at the club lit a flare which ignited a flammable soundproof foam on the ceiling. The cyanide, carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide released by the ensuing fire was what killed people inside. The investigation showed numerous irregularities, including fire extinguishers and the overcrowding of the building, and only one door leading in and out of the club. Results of the investigation will be forwarded to the state prosecutors, who will then decide whether the fire charges sought by the police.
Thank you for watching. That's the end of our news. Until next time, goodbye.